It's funny. It's all of the things. Please come once more with pasties. Buffy Burlesque. Oberon.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and that is not all the fun stuff we have for you, Johnny. You actually got to check out a game none of us did. You freaking son of a.
Yep.
I'm kidding.
So I checked out a game called Asura. So according to the Steam descriptive, Asura is an indie top-down hack-and-slash game set in a fantasy world inspired by the richness of Indian mythology.
Ooh.
It features heavy roguelike elements and a unique procedural skill tree which changes with every playthrough.
So it's fantasy, it's roguelike. I'm hearing a lot of it's Indian inspired. I imagine like people running through Dalsim's level from Street Fighter over and over again.
Yoga Flame.
Okay,
I haven't
Dalsim
been
and
to
Prince of
India,
Persia.
so I don't know. But I guess it's
About as Indian as the Love Guru.
Oh wow, okay. So Adam's calling it racism.
So it is, from what I understand.
Appropriation.
From what I understand, from what I remember reading, this is definitely a game made by people from India, or at least some people from India. So it's proper. It's very proper. There's definitely influence in there in some of the lore of some of these different. I don't know if they're like gods or demons. I'm not too certain how the mythology works. They do have some description stuff built into the game. I didn't bother reading any of it because I don't like reading lore and stuff like that. But I do recognize that it is in there.
If there was cows, it's gods. If there was blue women with 4 arms, it's demons.
They were all just demon dudes with like they're pretty much the same thing with like different
spicy curry. It's demons.
It was
If
like
they're eating mild curry, it's gods.
So you get to play as like 4 different demons, but it's really just like this is the blue one, that's the red one, that's the yellow one.
Oh, you're gonna get weird. Okay, fine. If they were going yoga fire, it's gods. If yoga flame, it's demons. I'm sorry, I've got problems.
Yeah. So if you've played Diablo, you pretty much know what this game is going to play like.
Okay.
All right. Wait. Roguelike Diablo?
Yeah. So the moment you die, that's it. All of your progress is gone. That particular character that you rolled is gone. So it's like Diablo with hardcore mode on by default.
Why?
That's part of roguelike. That is part of, it comes with the territory, I guess.
Yeah, roguelike. I get back to that one state, I can get a shield back or something. This is just like cruel.
Yeah, well, so the incentive for doing something like that, especially in roguelikes, is that your character, when you roll a new one, is going to be very different from the previous one that you rolled. And the way that works in this game is that your skill tree, which is essentially like your abilities, your active like spell-like abilities, or even like combat-like abilities, as well as your passive. So all of that is all tied into the skill tree system. And that skill tree system is randomized. So the next time you play, you might not have access to the same skills.
So there's not like a class? It's not like a class thing?
There is no class thing. The skill trees are broken down into 4... it's like a big giant sphere, if you will. And I forgot what the directions are, but like the up direction is like combat, and the down direction is like defense, and the right one would be something along the lines of magic, and the left one will be something else.
Okay.
So they are categorized in that way, so you can sort of, if you want to go a combat build, you do know where to build for combat stuff, but the skills that you're going to get and the abilities are going to be a bit different with every single character. So your character is going to end up coming out a little different every single time that you play, as well as the weapons and items that enemies are dropping. That's also going to be randomized as well every single time you play. Now, I mean, the game itself, it's $10 on Steam. It's pretty good. It's just...
it sounds disjointed. It sounds frightening. It sounds like a fantasy game designed by Werner Herzog.
No, it's good.
It's narrated by Werner Herzog.
It's just missing a few core things.
And now you die again.
It's just missing a few core things. Like it's borrowing so heavily from Diablo that they should have borrowed the right thing from Diablo, and that is...
And what was that, Johnny?
Oh, multiplayer.
It was one player only?
One player only. It was a single player only game, which is it does have a leaderboard But
No, it's not.
that doesn't count. Yeah, that doesn't count.
It's 1992.
It needs to have co-op. Like this game absolutely needs it because without it, the combat is actually it's pretty lackluster. There's a dodge mechanic, which is your main mode of avoiding damage, and then you're attacking, and the attacks are like a little sluggish. And as you're sort of playing through, like your dodge roll is a little sluggish. So it's not like the best of combat. It's not bad. But it's not like the best of combat, and like it would be so much more interesting if you had friends to play the game with, because then as the difficulty really ramps up, then you and your friends would really be tested and sort of work together. I can definitely see that being making this game itself all the more fun just from having that element, especially because back in the day, back in Diablo 2. With hardcore mode, my friends and I, we would all do multiplayer. All of us would roll hardcore characters. And the moment one of us died, we'd all have to start all over again. Because,
wow.
Because that character, one of us is dead for good. So, and then we did like cheat saving, and we would save our save files.
Okay,
so that way we could resurrect ourselves.
Johnny, you glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so keeping all that in mind, would you recommend this?
Man, I want to. It's all right. I'll tell you what. If the aspect of an Indian mythology inspired Diablo-like game piques your interest, then yeah, check this out. Otherwise, steer clear of it. It's just a little bit too mediocre when it comes to the gameplay fundamentals. It's just a little too sluggish, a little too not as well polished. It gets kind of a little bit boring after a while.
Okay, not enough cows. No, we get it.
Not enough cows. I don't think I saw any cows while playing.
That's what I mean by not enough.
There you go, yeah.
All right, okay, so Asura, Johnny says, I don't know where I'm going, brother. No, Asura, Johnny says...
Love your honesty there, P. I don't even know.
All right, now, Johnny, thank you very much. The game is available on Steam right now.
Yep,
all right.
It's available right now.
What's it called again?
Asura.
Asura, Asura.
Cool,
thank you. If you want to do it to yourself, you know where to find it. All right, and we are going to close out with dude JM the Thriller